Hi everyone, my name's Abby and I'm the marketing stylist here at Today's Bride. As everyone knows, kind of with this pandemic that's been going on, our world has really kind of been flipped upside down recently with just how we do things, how we're interacting with each other. And it feels like everything has gone virtual, and that's wedding planning included. So that's really what we're doing here today. We are going to be taking you on a virtual venue tour. I'm really excited to show you around the Tuscan-inspired destination wedding venue located right here in Ohio, Gervasi Vineyard. So we're going to be showing you their beautiful grounds, some of their different venue spaces, and tell you a little bit more about hosting a wedding at Gervasi. So without further ado, I'm really excited to introduce you to their sales manager, Steph. Hi, Steph.
Hey, Abby. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Steph. I'm the sales manager here at Gervasi Vineyard. I've been here for about 4 years, and I am the one that you would contact to help you start that process of looking for that special venue for your special day. So we're going to start here at our Grande building, and we'll go ahead and take a walk inside.
Awesome. So while we go see the first ballroom, can you tell me a little bit more about where Gervasi is located, how long Gervasi's been around, and kind of what makes Gervasi unique?
Absolutely. So Gervasi is located in Canton, Ohio. We're about an hour south of Cleveland area and right off 77. Perfect. So this is the main lobby area. This is the space that we'll utilize for cocktail hour in between the ceremony and reception. We use this space whether you're having your ceremony on site or having it off site, because they can always be greeted with bar and appetizers while you're taking your photos. Truly one of my favorite parts of this space is, of course, the wine. I messed up. What is it? Chandelier. Wine chandelier. And then over on this side of the space, we would set up the bar options and high top tables for your guests to stand at. So definitely a very fun gathering space to kind of kick off that reception time.
Awesome. And so what ballroom is this that we are going to be looking at here?
So this is our Balleria Sophia, again, up to 120 guests maximum.
So for someone that's looking for the indoor, with the beautiful ballroom feel.
Truly, I love this space because so many different colors just make sense in here. It's very neutral, yet it's very exquisite with all of its ceiling decor, the lighting. I personally love the walls. And then of course you can bring in any kind of decoration that you'd like as well.
Awesome. So how many would fit in this room? What is the capacity?
Sure, so at max capacity, we do 120 guests. Of course, that's gonna depend on the floor plan that you're most interested in, and also if you have a DJ or a band option. But typically, right behind you here would be where the dance floor is set up. So dance floor would be in the middle of the space, and then around the outside would be reception tables, allowing this space here to be used for a head table or a sweetheart table, and then again, more tables to just continue over to the other side. So the room is somewhat broken up because of the dance floor in the middle, and there's not just a sea of tables.
Beautiful. So what if someone wanted to have their ceremony and then come into this ballroom? What options would they have?
Sure, we can accommodate a ceremony inside, of course, up to 120. Ceremony would take place on the dance floor, however, and your guests would be sat at their reception tables. We can do a traditional setup in this room for up to around 80 guests, where we could flip the space and have your guests enjoy cocktail hour while we undo the ceremony setup and turn it back into a reception setup.
Awesome. And there is an outdoor option, correct?
Correct. So when you reserve the Balleria Sophia, you'll actually use the lobby, the ballroom, and the outside veranda. I'm going to show you a quick picture just so you can picture it a little bit more before we walk out there. But outside is a wonderful space for ceremony, and then we can also use it for cocktail hour as well. So you can see we're about to head out one of these doors here, and we're going to walk out into the brick veranda where we set up the white garden chairs for, again, up to 120 guests. So then ceremony can take place outside, And then guests can continue inside for reception space.
Awesome.
Great. And I know, Abby, we'll have some links on this website too, or links for our website. And there are many photos on there that kind of help picture the space, and even more options as far as colors and setup goes too.
Awesome. So
Great.
with an outdoor ceremony that I know we're going to walk by here in a second, I know you do take the risk of weather. So, you know, how do you work with the bride if, let's say, it's raining up until that ceremony spot? Like, what options do they have?
Perfect. So we'll set up the outside ceremony if that is the goal. We're going to set that up either way. And then we can make that decision just 5 minutes before. So let's say it starts raining right before you start walking down the aisle. We can take and switch the chairs over in there, or again, have your guests sit at the reception tables. Typically what we end up doing is trying to wait for that, 15-minute break in weather. So we do have that flexibility, which is also another benefit of having a ceremony and reception on the same property.
Definitely.
But definitely you will have a ceremony, it will be beautiful, and you will not be soaking wet.
Exactly. Well, I love it. And it's beautiful out there too. And I know brides love their outdoor ceremonies. So beautiful backdrop.
It is a great space, truly. So aisleway would start here. Do you want to, film from this way? Because then this way would be aisleway here. And then ceremony taking place right here. And then white garden chairs on either side.
Awesome. So this is the first venue that holds up to 120 people, but I know there are 2 other venues on your property. So we are going to walk to the second one.
Perfect. That's one of also the benefits of the property itself is it's fully public and you can walk wherever you'd like. So let's say you're doing photos in between your ceremony and reception. Your guests can grab a glass of wine and walk down to the lake just like we are and maybe take some photos of their own. Also, we are passing the villas right now, which are also a wonderful place to stay while you're on property. So you can also freshen up or your guests can freshen up.
So while we're getting into the second venue, let's say someone already has their venue booked. Could they use for Gervasi for other events like, bridal showers or the rehearsal dinner? Like what other options are there?
Perfect. There are a ton of options. So let's say you're starting from the beginning with that engagement dinner or engagement party. We have many venues on property that range from, just an intimate 10-person dinner all the way up to, a 100-person dinner. We have private event spaces at different locations with different menu options as well. And then we also have shower options. We have a ton of shower options, a ton of rehearsal dinner options. And that's nice because we can always include the use of our other property, the Twisted Olive. And that's just north of us in Grande, Ohio. So that opens up the doors to a lot of options as far as rooms and spaces and availability goes.
Awesome. Well, your grounds are beautiful. And I know spring is right around, spring just came and you're getting wedding ready. But looking at the space, and we're looking at your biggest ballroom right now, but lots of different photo ops and stuff too. Do we want to talk about the pavilion here?
Sure. So this is our largest space on property. This is our outdoor Tuscan pavilion. It can accommodate up to 300 guests. And again, for ceremony and reception right here on the grounds. As far as ceremony goes, we offer outside ceremonies or under the pavilion ceremonies. And one of my favorite and, lucky things about this space is it has that weatherproof curtain that comes down and bolts to the floor on all of its sides. So in case that weather isn't quite cooperating with us that day, we can close some of those curtains and keep some of that wind or maybe light rain from coming in too.
Awesome. And what is the time frame that you usually use the pavilion?
Absolutely. So we typically use it from 4 until 11 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. And then on Sundays, we do a little bit of an earlier time frame from 2 until 9. And then also with the pavilion, you can see, maybe not, but I know in the links you can. There is a vineyard right behind that pavilion as well that the couple will be able to use for photos. while their guests are enjoying cocktail hour around the outskirts of the pavilion and the lakeside as well.
Awesome. And the pavilion's used really mid-May to mid or late October?
Yes, so late October is when we close it. November, the word November tends to scare us a little bit, but October, I mean, I got married in October. October is a wonderful option as far as this outside space goes. And there's always accommodations we can do, whether you're looking at that super hot day in August or maybe that chillier day in October. There's additions that we can do as far as like fans or heaters. You know, we are going to all work together with all of our on-site planning to help make that day special for you. Truly, I think that's one of our greater gifts is that we offer coordination for on-site purposes to help you through that process so you don't feel like you're on your own.
Definitely, which is really helpful. Well, the pavilion's gorgeous. The space is gorgeous. And I'm just thinking all the photo ops. And I've been there when I've seen weddings. And I mean, under the, you know, the arches and by the lake, it's gorgeous. Awesome. So we are going to be passing your villas right now.
Yeah, so this is the back end of those villas that we were talking about. Personally, my favorite is the outside patio, because who cannot picture themselves out there with a bottle of wine and hanging out with some friends? Also, wonderful space to gather friends and family prior to your wedding ceremony. And then also using them to get ready for your ceremony and reception right inside that lobby. So the hair and your makeup and, you know, family members and your aunt and your uncle and everyone can come see you prior, but you have your own safe space on the property as well. You're not too far to freshen up or change your shoes if you need to.
Right. I love it because it's like a whole weekend getaway, you know, it's everything's right here.
Right here in Canton. It's a
Right.
little gem.
I love it.
And then we also offer the hotel option. The Casa is going to be 24 king-size suites, and that's going to be located on the other side of the property, but again, just as good walking distance from here too.
Awesome. And this made me think a perfect, you know, use of the villas right now for those couples that were affected by COVID-19 and want to still celebrate their original date. Make a little weekend getaway, go to Gervasi, enjoy the like on-site restaurants, enjoy the villas, like still make a memory on your original date. So I think that's really cool that a couple could come do that here at your or the Villa Casas.
Perfect, absolutely. And then we're currently walking up to our smallest venue option, more of the more quaint option, I like to say, or intimate. And this is our outside conservatory with 360-degree windows.
Love it. So the conservatory is, what would you say the max capacity would be for this venue?
This space, we prefer it to be 40 or less, just because it's meant to be small. So anything over that 40% is going to be looking at the indoor ballroom where we originally started. This space is going to be definitely for that more intimate feel. 40 or less fits great in here. And the beautiful part is everything you see right now is exactly how it is. So all of this greenery, the chairs, the lighting, it's truly just one of those very special places on property.
Exactly. And can this be used year round?
It can. That's another benefit. 365 days. There's not an off season in this building.
That's awesome. That's
yeah,
awesome.
Temperature controlled as well. So I have couples that worry, you know, is December going to be that good of an idea? And it truly is. It's warm and toasty.
I love it. And I think this is also a great option for anyone that's looking to still move forward with their wedding. You know, small intimate gatherings right now with 10 people or less. You want to talk a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. That's a perfect point, Abby, because we still get those couples that are really looking and trying to make sure that it's happening. You know, we want to move forward. We want to focus on happier things. So especially being able to downsize your wedding to 10 people that you want to be there with, to share it with on that day you had originally planned. We are offering this as a ceremony option for that. 10 or less, again, ceremony only right here on property. We then can offer, you know, a stay at the Casa, and you can always get takeout food from the Crush House or our Villa Grande building for family style.
Awesome. I love it. So one more question. What do you have final thoughts or suggestions for your couples that you work with?
Oh, perfect question. Of course, during this time, you were always nervous about what could happen because truly everything has happened. Really, when you're looking at your wedding day and you're ready to share it with, your partner and your friends and your family, just remember to focus on you and remember this day in your shoes. Don't think about, if those flowers were perfect or if the rain came in at 6 p.m. It's truly a celebration of your love and your commitment for each other. So don't lose sight of that when you're going through your planning process. And that's why we're here to help you with our on-site coordination. And just throughout the entire day, we just want you to make sure you're focusing on you and your happiness and your memories.
And that's what it's all about. So someone that's interested in Gervasi, how could they get in contact with you?
Perfect. So I'm kind of a little bit everywhere right now, but we can always do a phone call. We can always do email. I'd love to set up a social distanced appointment with you. You can just reach out via email at sales@Gervasi Vineyard. And again, my name is Steph. Or you can give us a call here in the sales office, which is the 330-497-1000, extension 122. But again, we can put the link on the picture for you as well.
Absolutely. Well, Steph, thank you so much for walking us through your venues and the grounds. It's gorgeous. I'm excited, for summer to hit and stuff and for weddings to pick back up. But, weddings are happy and Gervasi is a gorgeous place and any couple would be really lucky to get married there.
Thank you. We appreciate that. We appreciate the support. We're very excited to move forward and we are ready to have your special day hosted with us.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Abby, I appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good one.